Hello and welcome to this new talk series about living with hypermobility. This is Monica. Maybe you know this feeling. Your neck is tight, your shoulders are tight, your hips feel tight, your back feels tight. So you stretch. And for a moment, it feels better. Maybe even really good. There is relief, there is space, and there is a sense of, finally. But then, a little later, the tension comes back. Sometimes after a few hours, sometimes the next morning, sometimes almost immediately. And then you may start to wonder, why does my body keep doing this? Why do I have to stretch the same places again and again? Why do I feel so tight when I am actually quite flexible? If this feels familiar, I want to offer you a different way of looking at it. Not as a diagnosis, not as a medical advice, just as a gentle possibility to explore. Maybe your body is not asking for more stretching. Maybe your body is asking for more support. This has been a very important shift for me, because for a long time I thought, if something feels tight, I need to release it. If something feels restricted, I need to open it. If a muscle is tense, I need to stretch it. And of course, sometimes stretching can feel wonderful. Sometimes it can be helpful. Sometimes it can give the body exactly the moment of ease it needs. But in a hypermobile body, tightness is not always a sign that something is too short. Sometimes tightness is the body trying to hold itself together. It is as if the muscles are saying, I don't feel safe here. I don't feel supported. So I'm going to grip. Not because the body is doing something wrong, but because the body is intelligent. It is trying to protect you. So instead of asking only what needs to be stretched, we can begin to ask what needs to be supported. That question changes everything. Let's take a simple example. Imagine your neck feels tight. The automatic response might be to pull the head to one side, stretch the side of the neck, roll the shoulders, or try to release the tension. And maybe it feels good for a moment. But if the neck is gripping because the shoulders, ribs, pelvis, or center of the body are not offering enough support, the neck may simply grip again. So instead of going straight into the stretch, I'd like to invite you to pause. Take a moment to feel yourself sitting or standing. And instead of stretching the neck, gently squeeze the glutes, just enough to feel the back of the hips switch on. Then, let the thighs become a little active by gently pressing your feet into the ground. You do not need to push hard, just enough to feel, oh, my legs are here. There is support from underneath me. Then soften again without losing the support completely. Then allow the lower belly to offer light support without gripping. You might imagine the lower belly gently drawing in and up, just a little. Then let the ribs soften with the exhale, And with the inhale, allow them to expand gently. Let the shoulder blades rest on the back of the rib cage. And then, instead of pulling on the neck, simply turn your head a little to one side. Let the movement begin from the upper back, from the space behind the heart, rather than only from your neck. Not far, not to your maximum, just a small movement. A movement that feels calm, connected, supported, and stable. And maybe the movement is smaller than usual, but maybe it also feels better, less strained, less like you are trying to pull the body into relief, and more like the body is being supported from underneath. This is the shift I'd like you to experience. The shift that has become so valuable in my own life. Not stretch first, support first. Not maximum range, trustworthy range. A range where the body can breathe, sense, and stay connected. So the next time you feel tight, perhaps try this. Before you stretch, pause, just for a moment. Build support from below. Feel the back of the hips, feel the thighs, feel the lower belly offering just a little support. Then make one small movement and notice, how does the body feel when support comes first? You might like to explore this again and again when you feel tight, not as a rule, not as a technique you have to get right, simply as an exploration. And maybe this is where a different relationship with your body begins. Less fighting, less fixing, less forcing. More listening, more support, more trust. Thank you so much for exploring this with me. May this exploration support you in listening more deeply to your body and finding out what it needs so it can support you in living with more strength, ease, and joy. Let's build strength, stability, and trust from the inside out.